Everybody, welcome to Sprague Woodturning. This is going to be the 6th video in the new workshop build series. I'll show you what's taken place, and I'll give you an update as to what's going on with the power. And so anyway, let's go inside. We'll have a look and see what's taken place since the last video. And well, anyway, let's have a look and see what they get done. We'll go from there. So as far as the power update is concerned, there is no power. There is no update. I haven't heard a thing. I paid for the poles last week. I'd really hoped that we would have something happen this week, but you know, today's the 23rd, Thursday, and nothing. Haven't seen anything. But you know, right now, once this insulating is done, and by the way, the contractor plans on contracting out the insulation for the attic. Once that's done, David said we cannot move forward. They could, you know, they could hang drywall if they have to. If we get some more really cold days, then I suppose they could come in and hang drywall. They were using a small little heater in here. Yeah, it's a tiny little turbo heater way over there, but it takes the chill off in here a little bit, but it's still pretty cold when you're working. So anyway, yeah. I mean, I don't really know what to say about it. Frustration is up there. But anyway, I think that what I'm going to have to do is contact my MLA and see what the deal is. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I know there's somebody else that lives in the area here that's waiting on power too. And what I got from my electrician was that they've been waiting about the same amount of time as I have been. So I don't get it. Anyway, that's the update for today. And like I said, I don't really know how many of these I'm going to be able to give you. But yeah, acoustic caulking all the way along. Should be nice and tight. Exactly what we want. This stuff is terrible stuff to get on you. Trust me. You don't want it on you. But yeah, I mean, this is where we're at. Got no power, so we can't grind the floor. I'm going to assume that they're not going to need power to blow in the insulation. So we're going to be using that cellulose insulation. I think that's what we're going to be using. And so that'll be all through the attic. And once that's in, this place will actually, and that back wall's done, this will be a lot warmer in there just because of that. So once you get the heat in here, you'll be able to keep it in here. All the windows are frosted up because, well, there's still a lot of moisture in here that needs to get rid of. As far as the heating system goes for the workshop, my builder says that it's going to be located over here, and it's going to be an air-to-air heat pump system. If you missed the last videos, and I probably do recommend going back and watching those videos for this one to make more sense. But they're even going to hook up a temporary furnace in here to provide heat when that comes to crack filling everything and painting and all that, because they don't want to turn the furnace on and suck up all that drywall dust. We definitely don't want that to happen if we can ever get power. that's the big if we can get power. So I don't know. I guess maybe another phone call to NB Power today might be in order. That way I can sit on the phone for an hour and waste my time. But anyway, if I hear any news, I will let you know. Other than that, yeah, I guess I'll see you when we've got some more news. Anyway, that's the update for today. All right, well, it is Monday. Thought I'd give you a little update. The builder was here with his son today, actually, and flashing all around the garage door. So that looks nice. And I'll take you inside and show you what's happened in there. Right, so the plumber was here, and he's got his stacks in so that room can be built eventually once the floor is ground. There's a good indication as to why we are going to be grinding this floor. Anyway, today I called my member of Legislative Assembly, MLA. I phoned their office to see if they can intervene here. I know that I'm not alone, but longer than 3 months now, this request has been in for power. Still no joy. Anyway, the electrician, he's got all of his pipes ready to go whenever whenever they come to do the trench after the poles go in and we get power. I like the way that he's framed that out. I'm assuming the drywall will come into that, and he'll probably fill that in with drywall up there. I'm assuming that's probably how that looks, but it actually looks quite nice. So as you can see, still waiting on the garage door. So it's not just power, the garage door, but you know, that's a minor thing. We can do everything here, and you know, I don't need that door to get going here. So anyway, that's it. I mean, a little bit of an update. At least the plumbing stacks are now in. And again, this bathroom, I won't even have this bathroom this year, not until the house is built, because the water will be coming from the house. And of course, there's no septic system, so you know, there'll be no water out here until you know, I've probably covered this 100 times already. But still waiting on that back wall to be insulated. And one of the reasons why we wanted to get this done is so that they can throw the insulation up in the attic. So that's another big one. So hopefully that will happen this week or next week. And then it should be considerably warmer in here, especially once that back wall's insulated. But anyway, that's it. Yeah. I think it's the same time every time I talk to you. No power, no joy. Anyway, I'll keep you updated as we go here. Well, good day. It is Thursday. All of the insulating is supposed to be done, so let's have a look at it. So there you go. That was the last wall that needed to be done. All the 6mm poly's in. All the acoustic caulking is in. And also, along with that, they blew in all the insulation in the attic today as well. They don't have a proper attic hatch made yet, so they just got it blocked off with some bats up there. But yeah, everything is now insulated. Exterior walls are all done, and the ceiling is all done, so that's great. As you can see, we still don't have the garage door. Not really sure what the deal is with that, but we still don't have the garage door. But now that the structure is insulated, he can actually put up the drywall. You know, it's been very cold here. So this morning with the wind chill, I think it was -24°C. And so, you know, that's pretty miserable to work out in. So yesterday and today, it was kind of like that. So they came here and they finished all the insulation on that side and put up the vapor barrier. And you had hired a contractor to come in to blow in the insulation in the attic. Once they have a proper attic hatch made, I'll go up and I'll show you what it looks like up there. But right now, I don't really want to go up there. The great thing about having it insulated now, it won't take a whole lot to heat, so they can get in here if they want it to and put up the drywall. And yes, I'm going to be doing drywall in here. And it's going to be taped and mudded and painted, sprayed white. I want everything nice and white for filming. So in a way, I'm kind of hoping for cold weather. That way David and the crew get in here and put up all the drywall. But shouldn't be that way. As far as power is concerned, nothing. Haven't heard a thing. I was supposed to hear from my MLA today, member of Legislative Assembly. That's our government here in New Brunswick. And well, it's 4 o'clock now and I haven't heard anything yet. But they were supposed to get back to me today. But that hasn't happened either. Imagine, eh? Imagine. Politicians. Anyway. Yeah. Pretty frustrated. I'm sure that I've probably said this a million times over this whole power situation. They are backed up. My electrician knows somebody in NB Power, and they're really backed up. So apparently that is the major issue. I kind of figured that. So, but anyway, put some more crews on. Anyway, yeah. So nothing else is going to happen in here unless it gets so cold that they have to work inside. And but he doesn't have any drywall here now. And so anyway, there'll be a while putting up the drywall, even if they do it. I'm not even sure if they're going to do it. He may contract that out as well. I don't know. I know that he's got at least 2 more builds on the go right now, so I think it's 2 anyway. But anyway, that's your update. I don't think we're going to be able to go any further. So the only thing that will work in our favor is the cold weather, and they'll come in there and have to work inside. But anyway, if I find anything out or if there's any action happening, I'll let you know. That's your update. Whew. Man, is it ever bright out here today? Anyway, it is Saturday. Yeah, got more snow. It's nice and pretty. As long as you don't have to shovel it, it's not too bad. Anyway, we had some family events to attend to yesterday, and while we were gone, we got a garage door installed. So that's great. That now kind of completes the puzzle as far as everything being weather tight is concerned. The only thing that we really need for that to be fully weather tight would be the outside siding, which I'm hoping is going to happen fairly soon as well. Decided to put some grills in the windows, kind of to match what we got going on here. Let's go outside and have a look at the doors, because I think that I'm happy with those. The last windows, so my last house, I don't know why, but the panels to look outside, like the bottom of them was like here. So, you know, I'm not very tall, so I had to get on my tippy toes to look outside. So this is good, because I'll be able to look out and see what's going on. So that's perfect. But anyway, let's go outside and see what they look like. Yeah, so that's what it looks like on the outside. I'm happy with that. Still got one little piece of soffit to put in up there. Well, they still have to do all of that over there too, but they're just waiting on power that we don't have. But yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with the way that looks. In a way, maybe 3 panels would have been nicer, but I don't know. Regardless, whatever we put here is going to go on the house that's going to be built this year over there. So yeah, I like the look of it. I will say that that wind when you're in the shade is actually pretty cold. But yeah, anyway, I'm not going to put in a garage door opener. I just and again, I may have already covered this in previous videos, but the receptacle is there if I ever want to put one in. And yeah, let's open it actually. Well, they've got it locked down, so I'll leave it as it is. But I don't see any light out through there, so that's awesome. So yeah, hopefully there's a noticeable difference in temperature on the inside. You know, they got it tightened right down to the floor, I think. But anyway, that's it. So that's Saturday, and that's your update. I don't know what's next, but anyway, whatever happens, I will let you know. Well, welcome back. I just got back from our holiday. Now, you might find my voice is not normal, and that's because I'm, well, more than 2 weeks fighting off this cold here. I'm on the back end of it now, but anyway, unfortunately, I was sick on our trip for the full 2 weeks. But I did get some good news on the workshop when I was gone. They did install 2 poles. Still waiting on wire though, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to walk over there or not. But the other thing that has come in is the siding. And that is cobalt blue. That's what we're going to be putting on the workshop and on the house. I don't see the white corners yet. I'm assuming that those will be coming in. And my builder is actually going on a holiday down south in 2 weeks. And he said when he's gone, he's going to have his guys do the siding. And, well, we're hoping that on today's Sunday, 2nd of March, and he's going to look at getting the grinder to do the floor. And if we need to rent a large generator to do that, then so be it. We got to get this project installed, and it's like I probably said 100 times already in this video that we can't move forward. As we got lots of snowmobilers driving through. That's fine for this year, but we'll see about it next year. But anyway, just a quick update to let you know what's going on. For the 2 weeks that we were gone, really the only thing that's happened is the underground service has been completed from the meter base that's right here all the way over to the one pole that we see right there. There is another piece of conduit sticking up out of the ground right there-ish. I will tell you about that. I think I can walk out there. Hopefully it's not too soupy and frozen well. Anyway, I'll walk over to that pole and then I'll talk to you when I get there. Alright, hopefully you guys are going to be able to hear me alright. It is kind of windy today. Anyway, there's the line that's been pulled through the conduit from the workshop to the pole. One pole here, another one over there. Now we just need NB Power to put wire on these poles, and then we can get this thing hooked up. If you're wondering what that piece of conduit is, let me walk over there. So what's going on with this is what they wanted to do. In talking to my builder, he wishes that they had to come more on an angle than what they did here. The house is going to be going right here, of course. So they figured that it was a good idea to bury the conduit for the house already. That way they don't have to open up this trench, and that way they can stay away from this buried line that's in here. But like my builder was saying, he kind of wishes they had gone more on an angle to avoid that. But this should be good. And what they'll do is, once the house foundation is in, then of course they can hook onto this. They'll dig down, find that conduit, and then take it right over to wherever the meter base is going to be on the house. So that's why that's there, if you're curious. I asked the same question when I seen it, because it's not in its location that I would use it for the house. So I was a little worried that there might be an error, but that's why. That is that wind's got a bite to it. So yeah, I did get an email from NB Power saying that no later than the 18th of March the power will be installed. We're really hoping that it's going to be earlier than that. Like I said earlier, like, we're pretty much stalled now. We can't move forward. I told David that, at the very least, can we get this floor done? And then that way we can set up these interior walls. The electrician can come back and do all the wiring that he needs to do. And that way at least we're ready for drywall. But yeah, it's a bit frustrating, as I'm sure I probably said 1,000 times now, but at least it is some progress. Again, sorry about my voice. Certainly not my not my normal voice. I am a little surprised that when they were here digging that trench that they didn't actually go ahead and do something more with this, but I guess they're just waiting to do it all in one shot, I guess. But yeah, I hopefully will know more about grinding of the floor at the end of Monday, which is tomorrow, and we'll be able to push on here. I would love to get into this workshop. I'm dying to get into this workshop. But anyway, at least for what it's worth, there's an end date now as far as when the power is going to go in. And well, I had really seriously contemplated going to the news over this because I think that it's absolutely ridiculous. I should have had power, you know, absolutely no more than 6 weeks is really what this should have taken. Right now I think we've got to be almost 130 days since the work order went in for power. Still don't have it. Which is ridiculous. And you know, I don't understand NB Power's point of view. You're like, well, you know, we're busy, there's a building boom. Okay, well then hire more people. That's what I don't understand. If you look at, you know, I should have been paying for power for this place for 3 months now, and you know, I'll just throw a number out, say it's $500 a month. Well, they just lost $1,500 in revenue. So I don't understand. Put more people on, get the jobs done so you can start charging people for power. I just don't understand that. Well, you know, we'll get you when we get you. Hire more people. Like, if this was a public utility, there's no way that I would wait this long for power. I know that because they need to make money, and apparently NB Power is not really all that concerned about it. Anyway, that's it. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Because my blood pressure is going through the roof now as it is. All right, well, anyway, when we do anything new or there's any news, I'll let you know. Anyway, we're in a holding pattern. Anyway, talk to you in a little bit. All right, well, welcome back. I've got some big news. We now have power. I know it's hard to believe. I'm still in shock. But yes, we have power. Look, you might even be able to see it out there. Anyway, there's a transformer up there, and yes, we have power now. We've got a couple of heaters going in here. Actually, that one there is shut off right now. It's actually quite warm in here, so it's not even really needed. But we're just trying to dry the place out a little better. That one there is still running. Just temporarily putting in the power because everything you see here on the floor is going to have to go or be moved because on Monday they are going to grind the floor. So we've got a actually fairly busy 2 weeks coming up here. Going to grind the floor on Monday, and then Tuesday they're going to do the interior walls. I think the electrician is going to be here on Wednesday, and then I think he said on the weekend drywallers are going to come in and do the drywall. And then after that it's mudding and taping and painting, a little bit of trim work, and we'll be ready to move in. So after talking to my builder, he thinks that if the weather cooperates and things go our way, 3 weeks is what the timeline should be now. They'll also be starting the siding this coming week as well. Should actually do the siding. Actually, they started doing the siding. They got the white corners on. Let's go have a look. Yeah, so they've already got the white corners on. Of course, they need to trim that off. They're not going to leave that like that. I'm surprised that they haven't done anything about the soffit yet. But I can't remember what that strip is, but that's what the first piece of siding hooks into. So that's not all the way done, but I think it's done around the back. And of course, more corners here. Yeah, it's all done on this side. Still got the fascia cap to do here yet. That hasn't been done. I talked to David about that. He says he's going to bend it himself. Yeah, it's all done along the back here too. So anyway, they're ready to start with the siding, so that's awesome. Let's take a walk over to where the poles are and have a look and see what's over there. Actually, before on our way over here, talking to the builder, one of the reasons why this is such a mess is the frost was down 4 feet. That's how far the frost was down here. And part of the reason for that was people were driving around here. And of course, anytime you compact that down, it drives the frost deeper into the ground. So that's why that board was there, to prevent people from doing that. But anyway, he said they had quite a job digging that up. Anyway, let's walk over to the post here, or the pole. All right, so there you go. Transformers in place and everything's all hooked up. Yes, sir. Oh, for a time, I never thought it was going to happen. I really, honestly, I'm like, this is just never going to happen the way this is going here. But anyway, yeah, we've definitely got a ton of landscaping to do. Again, when you're backfilling this with frozen dirt, this is what you end up with. Looks like they did throw sand in where the line is, which is good. Yeah, so I mean, you know, on a positive note, we're going to finally get this done. I know that I've been hammering on NB power, and I think that I'm justified in it. To wait this long for power is ridiculous, but at least now we have it. So I won't talk about power anymore. I won't talk about power anymore, but anyway, it just it's very demoralizing to put out a ton of money and not be able to use something that, you know, you should have been in months ago. And whoa, just she's a little soft there yet. Anyway, the good thing is now that the power is at the pole, and of course there's our buried conduit for the house. So there it comes up there. Now when it comes to do the house this year, we won't have to wait for power. The power is already at the pole, so it should be just a matter of putting the meter base on the house, running the electrical through the conduit to there, and then they'll come and do the connection. And it shouldn't take long. I'm just going to say it like that. Anyway, sorry if I was a downer on this. Part of these last couple of videos here with the power has been it's been eating me up. You know, you've got a big investment and you just can't use it. And it's very like I said in a previous video, you know, I have a lot of, you're not a career soldier and lose that when you retire. It'll be with me till my last breath. And you know, I'm not, when it comes to things like this, I expect them to be done quickly and not take months and months and months to accomplish. So anyway, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I retired in 2012 and I feel like I'm still in the military. Like that's kind of how I am some days. And it'll never leave me. It never will. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. We've got really big things coming up. I'm going to try and film as much as I can, but of course that's going to depend on if they want to be on camera or not. And a lot of people don't want to be on camera. I'm really hoping the drywallers will let me do the filming, because it should be really fun to do a time lapse to see how fast they can do the drywall. It's actually pretty impressive when, you know, people that do it for a living. But anyway, please leave a like and comment down below. Let me know what you think about this content. And I don't know when the next one will be out. I'm gonna say maybe week, 2 weeks maybe. We'll have to see how it goes. But anyway, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.